while I'm building this section of the City of Leaf for the next episode, it is time for me to come clean, guys. As most of you know, basically anyone who's been watching my channel over the past 2.5 years, I am terrible when it comes with motivation and being able to just stick with my upload schedules, just stick with what I'm doing and keeping that motivation that I need in order to build these cities and create these videos. And that has truthfully happened for the video that was due to come out, well, was currently due to come out on Thursday. It was originally due to come out 3 weeks ago. As you guys have probably been able to guess, because it has been so long since the last video. And it is something I talked about. The reason for this is something I actually talked about in the Minecraft has changed video, the most recent one that wasn't the announcement of the second channel. That video back there, where I said, like, I sort of touched on it a little bit. I said, in those sort of worlds, in a forever world, you want to slow down, and that's how you find that joy for Minecraft again. And that was a sort of like a hypocritical thing for me to say, to be honest, because as you guys saw in episode 9, and as you guys would have seen in episode 10, if it, well, that version of episode 10, if it ever was released, I was going very, very fast, and I was going very, very big with the builds, as I did back in, when was it? Over the summer of last year. Not the videos where I built the cathedral or where I started working on the custom forest. So, basically, I needed to start taking my own advice. And that is what I am doing with this version of episode 10, which will be released. I'm very certain this version will most certainly, hopefully, be released. I'm slowing down. I'm re-finding my passion for both Minecraft, for really working on YouTube, and also for this world as well. I'm trying to learn how to just stick with it for once, and instead of just doing a small little bit of building and then jumping onto TikTok and scrolling for 7 hours or something like that, an absolutely ridiculous amount of time. And to be honest, that's probably what kills all my motivation for every single thing I've ever built, to be honest. I have forgotten to put any cobblestone in here. That is pretty annoying. But I'm not doing that anymore. What I'm doing is I'm just going to sit down for a few hours a day, leave the phone alone, and just work on these videos for you guys. And that means that these videos are going to stay slower paced, not as dramatic, not as big as some of my other episodes have been. Not as big as episode 9 was, where we built that side on the University Street and we dug out this entire canal. That was, to be honest, I got the video done. I got it out and released on time. But that was a big drain on my motivations when it came time to building the other side of the canal, which was originally going to be episode 10. I lost all the motivation really, really quickly, basically. And then it's just been a slog ever since. And I got to the point where it was either make a video and continue making the video when I really wasn't enjoying it and really hated making it and just forcing it out, or scrapping that and starting again. Now, obviously, I've chose the scrap it and start it again option because I feel like that's going to be a bit more genuine to how this channel is supposed to be, what Minecraft is supposed to be as well. Now, where has my bed gone? It's over here. So that is what we're doing, basically. What we're doing from now is, as everyone knows in my videos, it's a bit of a yap fest, to be honest. Everyone knows from my videos that I have that sort of roller coaster of motivation, especially for this forever world. I cannot find my bed at all. Especially for this forever world and for YouTube. I've always had that up and down motivation ever since October 2023, something like that. Ever since I went way too big with Operation Emerald County, to be honest, for everyone who remembers that far back in the channel's history. Yeah, ever since Operation Emerald County came into effect, in quotation marks, because I never did anything about it, I've just been up and down with motivation for the Forever World, for Emerald County when that was still around. And I want to deal with that this year. And the best way of me dealing with that, at least I think, is to, instead of making these really big videos that are reliant on these roller coasters of motivation, where when I start getting more motivated, I record as quickly as possible, get the video done as quickly as possible before I crash that motivation again. I'm just going to build out that consistent level of progress. Now, that might initially feel like we are working slower towards the future of this world, but I don't think it will happen like that, because if I keep and find the right, if I find the right level to start off with, and then I keep at that level for the next few episodes until I get really good with my motivation with Minecraft again, with YouTube again, then what will probably happen is, instead of going through these really short periods of a lot of motivation, maybe getting 1 or 2 videos out, we'll go through a constant period, like forever, of me being able to get videos out constantly and not having to take those 2-month breaks where I've completely crashed out, completely just gone, cannot find any motivation whatsoever. So that should ultimately mean that our main that the progress that you guys see in this world should start to pick up again. And then over time, while we do have videos that are slower, they are also bigger. Well, not bigger, but we progress faster through more videos of a slower pace rather than fewer videos of a faster pace. If you guys sort of get my logic here, hopefully you guys are sort of seeing my logic here. But that is the end goal for this. So in this episode, I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser. I'm not going to show you guys any of the progress because there isn't any so far. I've only just started it. But we're going to be doing some projects just around the city, around the world. Little things that I can get done, little things that are relaxing. I don't have to worry about too much. Nothing that's like too big. And then hopefully, if we get a few videos like this, maybe so episode 10, maybe going up to episode 14, we have those sort of videos for that long, we should be pretty good to be able to get back into the swing of it for Minecraft. And I'm hoping that that is how things play out. So you guys will once again see some of this footage again. Maybe next week now. It might be next Thursday now. I'm very sorry about that, but hopefully this video is going to do justice to my claims and to my thought process. You guys are going to re-see some of this footage because obviously I'm talking over what will eventually become time-lapse footage for the main video. So that is sort of like where I'm at. We're right at the start of this video. And I've just got a very good idea, actually, as I was talking, of what to do here. As you can see here, this was the original road leading out of the city back when we were building all the roads out of mud bricks. Now, as you can tell from the last episode and from what I'm building now, all our roads are going to concrete, medieval concrete, stone. That's the word, stone. Don't know why I was thinking concrete, because it's grey, maybe. That's a bit random and a bit of a tangent. But we're going for a more stone-based road now, a much more just better quality road than this. And there's a few blocks higher up, and we're covering this all up. Basically, this section here isn't going to be covered up. It's not going to be rebuilt. We're going to keep it there, but fortunately, this is the center of the city, and we're going to have so much around here eventually. I know obviously the canal's here, so it's a little bit hard to disguise this side of it, but I am going to be getting rid of, what is this, the sugarcane farm? I believe this side is. Yes, it is. This is the sugarcane farm. I will be moving the sugarcane farm. So it probably stores inside there. I honestly cannot remember. Actually, I can remember what I was doing here. I was going to build like a massive factory sort of thing on this side, and then have these sort of copper pipes connecting it. Obviously, that plan has been scrapped, as now I've built a canal at the back of there. But that was a plan from April, May time last year. This was an off-camera plan. So I'm going to be moving this inside, and we'll be covering this up with probably a house on this side, maybe. Some sort of cool build to put on there just to cover up. Maybe I might go as simple as just putting some trees, like a row of trees along here, to try cover that up a little bit. And that'll just be the center of the city that's never touched or nor seen on world tours. We'll just go, oh, that's a sugarcane farm, and skip past that real quick because it is a terrible build. But what we're also doing is I'm going to take this sort of promenade space and I'm going to build it up to that lower plaza. And then we're going to just have a straight wall, similar to the canal wall, that just frames that off. And I think that'll be a pretty good thing, because originally this was going to be some more housing around here. I think it would just be easier just to build that nice little park area, because I've been searching for a park-esque sort of build. I've been wanting to put one into the city for ages, and I've sort of done that on the canal street here, running along here. Canal street's looking pretty good, and we're building one over there. And I'm doing this round here as well. Like I said in the last episode, this canal section and going up to University Street, these main core roads of the city, if you will, are going to be much, much nicer compared to the grungy medieval section down there. It's all still medieval. But anyway, this is probably a complete yap fest, just a little explanation of what I am doing, what the state of episode 10 is, and hoping where I'm going from now on. And I'm going to try as hard as I can to commit to this. I know I've gone through so many plans, so many changes to the channel, so many promises to you guys, my audience, and I've never gone through with any of them. But I'm genuinely saying this. I genuinely feel like right now I'm sort of going away from that lack of motivation. I'm going away from where I was. Basically, I was very demotivated. I was constantly scrolling through TikTok and all that. But now I'm finally sort of getting back into wanting to create these things, wanting to become a lot more productive, not just with YouTube, but with a bunch of other things, reading, schoolwork, everything like that. I want to become a lot more productive this year. And I finally feel like it's time, and I finally feel like this is finally happening. Obviously, I've been quite productive over on the second channel. That video hasn't been uploaded yet, but it was supposed to upload today, but the editing time is taking blooming forever. But I've recorded 4 videos for that second channel, ready to go. So I know I can do this. I just have to take the lessons I've learned from the week and a half I've been doing that second channel and bring them across to Emerald Gamer. Because the second channel is supposed to reflect the main channel, not the other way around. So that's what we're going to be doing. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys, hopefully, for understanding. And thank you guys if you believe me on any of these promises, because I know I'm not the most trustworthy when it comes to this stuff. This video is probably not going to be edited. It's just going to be sent straight out, and I'll just stick a thumbnail on it. Something like that. Some like dramatic philosophical thing like finding my passion. And we'll just see how that goes. But hope you guys are going to stick around, and hopefully this is going to work out. Episode 10 is now going to be coming out on, when is that day? It's not this Thursday anymore. That is for certain. It's certainly not going to be, if I look on the calendar, certainly not going to be on, where are we? Yeah, it's not going to be the 26th anymore. It's probably going to be the 5th of March is when release is for this video now. So I've got the rest of the day next week and next weekend to get this done. We should be plenty of time, hopefully. And then I'm really going to work on my progress. I'm really, really going to work on how I do this, because this needs to work out. I'm thinking for now, I'm going to like sit down every few weeks for a couple of hours and just record 3 or 4 videos for the second channel. So I don't have to worry about that. And then the next of those, so we have 4 videos going out, so 2 videos a week on the second channel. And then we'll have those, the rest of that time, outside of when I'm doing college, would just be being able to focus on the Forever World, is what I'm hoping. And then also throwing in a few other things, like some other things that I do on my own time. So hopefully this is going to work out. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and thank you guys for listening for another promise. This is probably what, like number 38 now. And I'm not going to say I'm going to stick to, I'm not going to guarantee it, because I've guaranteed to stick to these promises so many times and I never do it. So I'm just going to say this is where we are. This is what I'm hoping to do. So we'll see how this new plan works out.